Hey everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another anime review. Recently, I decided to watch Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt because I was really interested in it. I I was looking for something different, and boy, did I ever find it. It's not for people who are easily offended. Uh, yeah. Uh, both of the characters, Panty and Stocking, curse quite a bit, and I was trying to remember what my favorite episodes were. I enjoyed Pulp Addiction, Diet Syndrome, High School Musical, Raiders of the Nasal Dark, Vomiting Point, and when we were introduced to Scanty and Knee Socks would be Les Diaboliques. Transformers I thought was hysterical because I'm a big Transformers fan, and the parody of it was nothing short of hilarious. Um, it was very offensive, but I really wasn't too terribly offended by the obligatory sex jokes and things like that. But it was actually this whole series was very entertaining, and I was surprised that I was getting so involved, particularly with Panty and Brief. I know there are probably a lot of people out there that would say, "Why would you team those two up?" I think they're perfect for each other. I mean, I know she hates Brief, and I love Brief. I think Brief is sweet. I think he's a darling character, and I would definitely want to date him. See, I'm a lot like Brief. I'm kind of a nerd. I'm not Ginger, but kind of awkward in certain ways. Um, he he possesses an ability that comes to his advantage, though, that we figure out later on. It's really rather amusing. Um, the ending kind of left me high and dry, though. I was not at all pleased with it. It just left me wanting more. And I had actually gone to the Wikia page for Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt, and they said that Gynex hadn't exactly conferred or concurred on a season 2, but it left you to believe that there might be a season 2. I hope that there is, because I would like to see what becomes of Stocking and Corset. I think there's a theory on the website itself, and this is kind of a spoiler alert. It says that maybe Corset was in control of Stalking. I think that's true. Corset is a very evil demon. Um, I really enjoyed Chuck. I thought that Chuck was hilarious, but I felt so sorry for him. He kind of looks like Gurr from Invader Zim. Um, but the cool thing about Chuck is he can reverse himself and become this massive creature whom Panty and Stocking can ride on the back of and go into battle. And I thought that was really cool. That was amazing. Just really badass. Um, I I love both Panty and Stocking. Um, I also like the Demon Sisters. I don't know why, but I just thought that they were really great characters. Scandy and Knee Socks. Uh, they were wonderful and funny as well, especially when their tongues loosened and they started cursing like sailors. Um, Garterbelt was an interesting character too. Garterbelt, uh, he reminds me of Mr. T, only a very um, pedophilic Mr. T. Um, we learn of his little vice, and we know Panty's vice is sex. We know that Stocking's vice is sweets. That I can relate to that. That's my vice too. Um, I'm not really sure what else to say about the series other than it was too short. Funimation did a splendid job on it, and I like, of course, the packaging of the box set with our angels, the Anarchy angels on front. Of course, the Demon Sisters on the back, and just says panting and stocking with Garterbelt. And of course, the DVDs are really beautiful, I thought. Take a look inside. I have that faced the wrong way. That's actually Panty. But this is the first DVD, and it has all the episodes listed on the first first set there. And here's the second set with stocking, and then a third with scanty and knee socks. It's just packaged so nicely, I thought. There's a third DVD that has bloopers, and the bloopers always crack me up. I can't possibly imagine a day in the the booth when they're doing their voice work and then they burst out laughing. I would have so much trouble doing recording for this particular series because I would be laughing my butt off the whole time. Like I said, it's not a series for those who are easily offended, and I thought I would be, but I was, and I absolutely loved it. And much to my surprise, I fell in love with the characters, and the whole idea of bodily fluids already didn't bother me all that much because it's my background. My mother was a nurse, and she talked about kids puking on her. I mean, she didn't use the P word. She hated that word. If you said that word around her, she would literally get kind of green in the gills. It's kind of funny, because nothing really bothered her too much, but vomiting and the smell of fecal matter, which, yeah, I think that would get anybody. I don't care who you are, whether you're a nurse or not. That would definitely affect you. Eh, but it didn't really bug me at all because it's just part of life, and it's natural, completely natural. And I think my favorite episode of all was Pulp Addiction, just because it was parodying a lot of war films, and it was about sexual intercourse and onanism. It was really funny. I found it very hilarious. And of course, the final episodes, which is Bitch Girls 2. Uh, I really love that episode. Well, Bitch Girls 1 and 2. Uh, I just, I'm, I'm kind of let down. I really want Funimation to do, well, I want Gainax to do a season 2. I don't know if they are or not. There are a lot of websites that say, well, no, it was just, a supposition. It doesn't exist. It's a rumor. Oh, please. I don't want it to be that way. I want to see how this ends. I want more Panty and Stocking and Brief. And Garterbelt and Chuck and Fastener. Of course, there was an episode earlier this season, well, disc 2, DVD 2, where Chuck and Fastener have this fight. And they're beating each other up, and Chuck comes back in a form of goo. It's like he's the T-1000, and then he forms behind him, and Fastener freaks out and goes, it, I don't know what it was about that, but I was just laughing so hard. I love Chuck. I feel sorry for him. I just think, why does Garterbelt have to be so mean to him? I mean, he does everything that Garterbelt asks of him, and of course we get to see Garterbelt's backstory, which was really amazing. I thought he's a very intriguing character. As far as anime series are concerned, I give it 3.5 stars. Oh, well, a little bit of a half there. There we go. 3.5 and 2 thumbs up. My favorite sequence was, of course, the transformation sequence. Who wouldn't love the transformation sequence? But it was just, that was a parody of Sailor Moon. This is also a parody of Powerpuff Girls. They did a lot of cultural references that I noticed right away, like Sex and the City, High School Musical, war films for one thing. Sex ed, they took a shot at that. High school life. Um, let's see. They Transformers and Phoenix Phoenix Wright. They one episode was a spoof of that, which was just pure genius. I mean, who would have guessed that a monkey would be a lawyer? I would have a cockroach, but that would be me. It's like, yeah, evolutionarily they are very close, but not all of them are. Just most. Um, I rhymed, but it's yeah, I really enjoyed the series, and I'm hoping that they'll have a season two. If not, I'll be satisfied with this one because it was very amusing and just kind of popcorn fluff that you don't really have to think too hard about, but it's just entertainment, and it's something to enjoy and just take your mind off of everyday woes that you go through every day. And if you're offended by language or the subject matter at hand, then I wouldn't watch it. But you can't be so serious about life. I mean, you got to have a little bit of frivolity at some point in time. But I loved it, despite my background and everything, and the way I was brought up, and I consider myself a very good person. Just because I like petty and stalking with Garterbelt doesn't make me a bad person. Um, but hopefully, Gynex. Well, not Gynex. I think it's Gynex. Hopefully they'll do a sequel, because I would love to see how this ends, or a movie, whichever. So fingers crossed. Maybe the rumors will be true. We can only hope.